So this workflow here is all I need to post on my social media like Instagram and LinkedIn automatically 24/7. All I have to do is just to give it my idea, and then it goes search the web, find the blogs and articles that are highly engaging, and then turn those blogs into a summarized text, and then use that text to generate a picture for it. And once it has the picture and the text, it goes to all my social media and post them automatically. So a few weeks ago when ChatGPT came up with the image generation model, you probably saw so many pictures on social media like this. When people trying to turn themselves into action figures, or probably you have seen some photos like this, like people trying to make themselves into animations. And obviously I had to try for myself too. And obviously that was very cool. People were so excited to play with this feature of ChatGPT and generate so many funny pictures. But then I started thinking that how I can use this image generation model to save time for marketing team, or even for someone who wants to post on social media automatically. Because this new model is actually very good at spelling words, and the possibilities to create very good images are endless. So here's an example inside the ChatGPT. You see that I give it a one sentence prompt and it was able to generate this high quality picture for me. And of course we are limited to come here to ChatGPT and type here everything manually, but now the API has been released and we can start saving hours of time. So the automation that I'm showing you today is able to turn any idea into a ready to go LinkedIn or Instagram post. I want to walk you through on how to create this HTTP request to OpenAI API for this image generation model. And you can also download this template and start to building on top of it, and you'll be able to post on your social media automatically. So this template, all I had to do was to give it my idea, which was mental health at workplace. And it started to search the internet and found some blogs and articles and turned them to memorize the text and use that text to generate a picture for me. And then it sent an email to me with that picture and the post. So right now I'm on my email, and you see that I got an email. It says that your LinkedIn post is here. And if we scroll down, you will see that basically this is the text for my LinkedIn post. And here I have the picture for that post. Anyway, let's do a quick demo of this workflow here, and then I'll show you how you can set up this HTTP request to OpenAI. And if you want to get this workflow for free, all you need to do is to join my free WAP community. The link is down in the description, and you can search inside the community and find a free automation template, and from here you will be able to download the file. And once you download the JSON file, you can go back to your n8n and open up a new workflow and go to these three dots, click on import file and bring the JSON file up here. And then you will have this workflow with also the sticky notes of instructions on how to set up everything. So as you can see here, this workflow starts with a form submission. So if I click on test, a form will pop up. And as you can see here, we need to put our email address for the result to be sent to our email. And then we have a topic post. Basically, this is our idea that we need to make a social post of it. And then we have our target audience where we can flavor our social media post for specific target of people. So now we have our email address, and my topic will be morning versus night shifts. And my target audience is working adults. So we click submit, we close this, and we see that a LinkedIn post agent start to generate the post from the internet, and then it will pass it to the image prompt agent, and this agent will generate actually a prompt for our image. And now we are sending a request to OpenAI image generation model. And then once we get our image, here we have a node. Basically, this is a base 64. I'll show you what it does. And once we have our image and text, it will send an email to me. All right, so you see that everything perfectly worked, and here we send an email. So let's quickly check my email address and see what we got. All right, so now we are in my email, and you see that our post is here and ready. And here it says that the debate between morning and night shift is more than just a matter of preference. It impacts our health, productivity, and overall well-being. So we're not gonna read more than that. If we scroll down, you will see also we have an image here. Let's open it up. And you see that there's a very good graphic, morning shift, night shift, and it is giving all the necessary information based on the text. This is very cool. Just imagine how much time we were spending just creating these images in Canva. But now, under 10 seconds, you see that we can get high quality graphics. So now let me break it down to you and see how this works. So once the form is submitted, we are passing the data to our LinkedIn post agent, and this agent used Tably to research the internet. And once the research done, it is using GPT-4.1 to summarize the text and generate a LinkedIn post. And then we are feeding the data to our image prompt agent, which also use GPT-4.1 to generate a prompt for our image. And then we are sending a request to OpenAI basically for generating the image itself. And then from OpenAI, we will receive base 64 string, and here we are converting it to binary. And I'll show you how this works also. And then once we have our image and our text, we can send it to our email address. We can directly post it on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. So let's quickly check our LinkedIn post agent. So here we are feeding two things from the form submission, which is topic post and the target audience. If I open it here, you will see better. So these data are coming from the form submission. Once the form is submitted, we will give it to our agent, which is a topic of the post and the target audience. And here we are using the expression for that. Basically, it is a drag and drop from here, and this is the result. So now our agent has the topic of the post and the target audience. It also has a system message or an instruction. Basically, it knows once it has those data, what exactly it needs to do. Here, I'm telling that you are an AI agent specialized in creating professional, educational, and engaging LinkedIn posts based on any topic provided by the user. And here is all the instructions. And here it also knows how to do a research and generate a well-structured LinkedIn post. And here we actually telling how we need the output, and here we are giving some example. And so here what we actually do, we are feeding this output directly into that next agent, which is image prompt. So if I open it here, you see that the prompt for this agent is look like this. We are telling that this is the LinkedIn post and this is the output from the previous agent. So this is the result. And here also we have another system message for this agent. Basically, we are telling that you are an AI agent that transforms LinkedIn post into visual prompt descriptions. So it knows exactly what to do. Here we are giving the objective. We're telling them read and analyze the given LinkedIn post, identify the main message, and so on. And here we are telling that how we need the output. And here we are mentioning some outline for it. And here at the end, we are giving an example. So once this agent done, we are generating an output, which is here, and then we are grabbing this output and send it to OpenAI with this HTTP request. And before I show you how this HTTP request works, let's jump here and I'll show you what are those tools here. Basically, this is our chat model, which is GPT-4.1, and it is connected to both agents. Both of them are using this one. And here is a Tavily. Basically, Tavily is a web app that allows you to search the web, and here we have a description for our agent, and we are telling that use this tool to search the web. All you need to do is to go to Tavily and create an account for you. On the free plan, they will give you 1000 credits, so it is good to play around. And then you need to create API keys for yourself and copy your keys, come back to your n8n and configure your Tavily account. And down here, basically, you need to configure how data is moving between Tavily to your n8n workflow. So if you are overwhelmed here, don't worry. If you download this workflow from my free WAP community, everything is set. All you need to do is just to create an API key for yourself and come here to connect it. But let me quickly show you how you can just configure this documentation from Tavily to n8n. So if you go to Tavily, click on documentation here, and then come here to API references. And if you look here, we are doing a Tavily search, which is a post request. And here we have the curl command. We are copying this here and we are pasting it here in this field. And let me change it to expression so I can open it and you will see better. So this is the request that we are sending to Tavily, telling that, hey, this is the query search for us. And you see that we have other things that we can tweak, like topic, search depth, and chunk per source, max results, that we are not covering in this video, but all we need is the query here. And if you go back, you see that it says use a placeholder for any data to be filled by the model. So here's exactly what I did. So I put this search term inside the placeholders, and here in down section, I'm telling that placeholder name is the search term and description is what is the user is exactly searching for. So once the agent is running, it will put this search term inside this placeholder and it will send this request to Tavily. And then here we will get our result. So now that we have the output from both of our agents, then we will feed the data into that HTTP request. So let's quickly go and check out the OpenAI documentation. So this is GPT image API. It actually lets us to create and edit and transfer images like this. You see that here we have some different styles, like these memes with this text, and you see that we have these kind of images. We can turn these images into another styles, And here we have some examples of like posters with text inside it, and you see that with text it is doing really good. So before we get our API keys, all you need to do is to come to your platform.openai.com, and from here go to the settings, and here under the verification you should actually have the organization verified. So if you don't have this organization verified, you will get this error inside the n8n. This is really simple and quick. It takes only 2 minutes to verify my account. Just click on verify. Basically they need something from you like an ID or some proof that you're a real human. So once your account gets verified, all you need to do is to come to this API reference, and from here scroll down and go to image. So here is the actually all the information on how we can use this API and generate images. Later on the video, I'm going to go deep down. I'm going to show you how we can set up this inside the HTTP request. But here you can see that we have the create image, and we have this our URL endpoint, which is a post request. And here we have all this necessary information, which is prompt, background. We need to choose our model or moderation. So back to our n8n, you see that I'm using the post method to send a request, and here is the endpoint or URL to OpenAI. And here I have my authentication. Here I'm sending the headers as my API key and the name for it. But I'm going to show you how you can save this authorization, not to just every time put it manually. So here we are also sending a body, which is a JSON format, and here you can see that we are choosing our model. Here for the prompt, we are using the JSON.output, which is coming from the image prompt agent. Here we are basically drag and drop the output here. And for the size, here you can see that we are using 1024 by 1024, which is a square. So once our request is done and our image has been generated, we will get back the data as base64 in JSON format, which is a huge text. I don't want to scroll down, my screen will get frozen. Yeah, but anyways, we will get this massive file, and we will see how many tokens we spent. And then what we need to do in order to get our image, we need to actually convert this file into a binary. So that's why here I have this node here to convert that base64 string into a binary. So if we open it, the operation is basically move base64 string to files, and for the file we are using the file that we got from the previous node. This is our image, but right now it is in a base64 format, so that's why we are converting it. So we will put the file here, and then this node will convert it into a binary file, and if I click view, we will see the image here. And now we have our image and text. Basically right now I'm sending an email. You can put your LinkedIn or your another platform and post directly to your social media. So now let's see that how much this image cost me to generate. So you see that our total token was 4,273. If we go to the OpenAI pricing for image generation API, for the image, you will see that we are paying $40 per 1 million output token. So let's do a quick calculation. So my total token was 4273. If we divide it by 1 million, we will get this number. And if I times it to $40, you will see that this image cost me 17 cents. And here it also says that prompts are built similarly to other GPT models. Image outputs cost approximately 1 cent for low and 4 cents for medium, and almost 17 cents for high quality square images. So now let me show you actually how we can set up that HTTP request to that API and generate images. So here, if we type HTTP request, we're going to bring this node here, and from here we need to configure that. So here in the documentation from OpenAI on how to create image, all I'm going to do is to actually copy this curl command here. If you don't see the curl command, maybe you are on Python, just you can click from here and change it to curl. And then you need to copy this code here and go back to the n8n. And here, all you need to do is to click import curl, and you need to paste that command here and import it. So once you hit import, everything will be automatically filled. You see that the method has been changed to post. Now we have the URL endpoint to send the request to. We have our headers, our body, and all of the body parameters. All we need to do here is actually to change the prompt. And basically this is how we can customize our request. So it is very good to always read the documentation and see what are the parameters and what can be also configured or customized. Basically these things like prompt, background, model, and here. Those are little levers that you can tweak and configure in order to customize your output. But those things looks more complicated. We don't want to cover this in the video. We just wanted to see how we can generate an image. Anyway, so before grabbing our API keys, make sure that your organization is verified, and make sure to set up a billing so you can pay for your API calls. And then once you are ready, just come down here to API keys, and from here you can create a new API key. So let's create one for us. Let's say image test, create a secret key, and from here you need to copy this. Now back to our n8n, you see that everything is already here for us. All we need to do is to actually remove this with our API key, and just make sure that after the word bearer you need to have the space and then your API key. And now we are good to go. But if you want a better method in order to be able to save this key, or not to just go every time and find it, you can do one more thing, that here under the authentication you can just click on generic credential type, and from here you can select the header auth, because we know that this is a header, we are sending a header request. And from here we need to create a new credential. Basically I'm just gonna name this OpenAI API key, and here the name will be authorization, and for the value we need to change it to expression, and we need to write bearer space our API key. Click save. It will be saved, and you don't need to go back into your OpenAI and grab your API key every time. So now that we have already saved our API key or authorization, we need to actually turn this off header, because we are not sending header. The header will be sending from here, and we are good to go. Right now we are getting an image for a cute baby sea otter. I'm just gonna write eating apple, and I'm gonna hit test, and we should be good to go. Alright, we got an error. It says bad request, please check your parameters. Invalid type for n, expected an integer but got a string instead. Alright, actually it's here. We have the n parameter here. Actually it needed to be integer, but instead of integer we got a string. So we need to go back to API reference. Basically the n is the number of images to generate, and it should be either integer or null. It is actually optional, so we can what we can do is actually to delete this. We don't need it. So I'm gonna hit test again, and this time we should be good to go. Yeah, we didn't get an error, and I think our API is working, so hopefully in few seconds we will get the image. All right, now it is finished, and you see that we got this base 64 code again, and you see that it almost cost us around again 70 cents. And all we need to do is actually turn this to a binary. So the next step is actually to click on this plus button and type convert. And basically we need this one, convert to file. And here actually we need to choose this one, move base 64 string to file. And this will open for you. And right now the operation is actually the same. We need to move this that code, which is base 64, to our binary, or we want to actually make it to image. This is actually the input field, and we need to grab this one and drop it here. So if I click test, you will see that we will get our image here. So now we have our data, and if I click view, we should be seeing our beautiful image. Yeah. And that's it. This is how our HTTP request working, generating an image, and then we will be able to convert that base64 into a binary and get our image. So thanks everyone for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and if you found value, I appreciate if you give it a like. It definitely helps me out. And as always, I appreciate that you made it till the end. And if you have any questions, just put it down in the comment section. I'll be reading them and answering them as soon as possible. I'll see you guys in the next video.